Good morning, Mr. Coker. This is Paul. So we have replaced your impeller. This is what was wrong with your old impeller. It had just been in there for so long that these were no longer expanding to the inside of the housing on the water pump. So that's pretty common. We don't have to go chasing vanes because there's only like one small chunk missing out of this vane, and that would go through your system no problem. So got that done. There was a Jabsco. It's a Sherwood pump, and there was a Jabsco, which is an okay replacement, but it's better if you stick with the Sherwood originals. So there's the number. If you want to get a spare, or we can give you we can buy you a spare. That's the number for it if you want to get a spare. If you want us to get one, just let us know. Secondly, the engine that's in this one already has the adjustable valves that we were thinking that we needed to do with the Polylock. That other boat was a 1996 or 98, and the engine was different. As a matter of fact, both of the engines in this other boat, that boat has since gone to Dubai. But anyway, that one needed the Polylocks to be adjustable. This one is already adjustable, so we're going to run this later today and make the adjustments. We pull the valve covers off, so we know that to be the case, and so we'll make the adjustments, and then we'll put it under our gantries and pull the engine. And we tried to fold up inside that and look and see if we could tell anything about the structure underneath the engine. And that's the guy that did it standing back here listening to me. But he couldn't tell anything. So we do have to pull the engine. I've got a fella we're going to turn loose on the wood. The job I had him on, I told you I had a new guy that came from the Great Lakes Boat Building School, and we are going to put him on it. The project that he was on, that he needed to finish first, went a week or so longer, about a week and a half longer than we thought it was going to have to go, because we found more stuff that we had to address. So anyway, he'll be on this. This will end up in our woodworking area after we check the run the engine and adjust the valves, and then on the trailer quote, one of the things that's on the quote, of course you don't necessarily need to do, you can do all or nothing on the trailer quote. It's just some suggestions, but you see how narrow your bow stop is. You've got about a 6-inch wide area that you've got to hit to center your boat on the bow stop. And what we would propose is taking this piece right here, take that piece off, and put a set of arms on like these. Put a set of arms on like these. Your target is much wider when you're putting your boat on the trailer, and your pressure is up there on the rub rail instead of on your cutwater. And we also have this turnbuckle. It's actually a top link off a tractor, 3-point hitch in a tractor. We have that, and the beauty of that is, you probably know that have experienced that when you pull your boat out and you've got your strap fastened to your lifting eye. There's your strap fastened to your lifting eye. You probably have experienced that when you were in the water, you had your boat nudged up against that stop, and then once you pulled it out of the water, there's a space between that stop and the boat, and you may have even resorted, like most people do, to just getting up about 3 or 4 mile an hour in the parking lot, slamming on the brakes, and sliding your boat up. With the adjustable turnbuckle on that, you can tilt this forward, nestle your boat into the bow stop. Then when you pull it out, move your bow stop back up to the boat, and the bow stop will be vertical like that, and you won't have a gap between the front of the boat and the bow stop. If you're not experiencing that, you may not want to spend the money to change. That's fine. Yeah, and then we can probably on these bunks right here. If you don't want to do the target bunks like we had discussed, you may want to make those permanent. Basically, weld those in place, because as you mentioned, they shifted on you, and when they shifted on you, the bottom of the boat came down on that cross member, and that is probably, I believe that's where the rod is, and if that is where the rod is. And I can't crawl under there and see myself, unfortunately. I'll be able to do that after I get my new hip, but I can't right now. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's where the rod is, and that's probably what caused it, was having an undue amount of pressure concentrated in one area on that cross member. And we can raise this roller up to share the load with this cross member back here. So we can do those things. I can't remember if you wanted this to re-carpet or re-bunk this. I don't remember if that was part of the scope off the top of my head. But if you did, we could make at least one of these bunks. We could make the inner bunk quite a bit longer. We could come on up here and help support the boat up here. So those are some thoughts around the trailer. Oh, also, your tires look wonderful, but the code on the tires indicates that they were built the 38th month of. So thank you, sir. He's listening to me. Make sure I don't say anything bad about him. No. Anyway, 38th month of, or 38th week of 2009. That's when they were built. So. We've had some tires with only 10 years of life, or 10 years of age. When we dismounted them from the wheels, the bead stayed on the wheel. It just ripped the bead right out of the tires. So my thought is you may not want to change the tires because they do look great, but a 10-year-old tire is prone to have a blowout. How you didn't have one, how we didn't have one, I don't know, because when we do a lot of hauling and we've experienced blowouts before on the road. And if you have a blowout, it tears up your fenders, so you got more than just replacing the tire you got to take care of, because basically your fenders, your fender mounts, all that stuff ends up being damaged. So that is, let's see, do I have any other thoughts? On the interior, now we talked to Hacker, and we got the product that they use. We got the product number. We offered to buy it from them, but they said, no, this is fine. They gave us the information. So we can replace the fabric or vinyl on the two seats that you want to do. My only caution to you is that the rest of the seats are getting pretty brittle, and they're not far behind. You might get a little more life out of them, but be aware that probably the seat bottoms will not match what's in there right now. But they've supposedly been using the same product for all these years. But and like I say, we have the number, but there will more than likely be a color difference. We might get lucky like we did on the engine, and the engine the valves were adjustable already. We didn't have to put polylocks on them to make them adjustable. We might get lucky like that, and it'd be a match, and the ravages of time of 24 plus 88 plus 12, 36 years we may get lucky, but just you to be aware. Want to manage the expectation. If there's a little bit of difference in color, that is probably to be expected. Let's see, what else have we got? I think that's it. We'll do a FaceTime as you wanted to do yesterday. I just ran out of time yesterday. I'm terribly sorry, but we'll do a FaceTime, and but you can give me and we can discuss the information I just gave you, and go from there. And I know you're wanting an idea of the cost on the maintenance coats on the top and sides, and we'll put that together for you. And I'll see if I can't have that ready for our FaceTime. All right, sir. Been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you very much.